What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And now that the F350 is sort of out of commission for now and I have the Prius as a daily driver, I can actually do some cool little mods to the F350. I can actually plan a few things out, take it apart, put it together, take it apart, put it together, and not worry about it trying to get something done before I have to go to work in between shifts, because I still kind of work full-time. I know a lot of people sadly do not work full-time or don't work at all, but I still have to work every day, same hours. Is just as busy. So now that my Prius can take me to work and back with no problem, I'm gonna do a little bit of lifting on the F350. If you guys remember, I did install the Bilstein shocks, which are designed for a 4 to 6 inch lift. And even though I do like how she looks, I do actually want to go a little bit higher. That's why I upgraded the shocks to 4 to 6 inches lift shocks. I actually picked up these for I think like 220 or 240 for both of them from Summit Racing, so that's a pretty good deal, and I think this truck is gonna look pretty killer with a 4-inch lift. All right, so let's go ahead and get the front all installed, see how it looks, and then figure out what to do with the back. All right, let's go.
That's what they say.
Hard work,
hard work, I earn my pay.
Hard work,
hard work, do it every day.
Hard work,
I get up about 2:45.
Hard work,
got to go and earn my pay.
Hard work,
put my boots on and lace them up.
Hard work,
got another day's of work.
Hard work,
hard work, that's what they say.
Hard work,
hard work, I earn my pay.
Hard work,
I get off the rock, I move on down.
Hard work,
got to go, make the call.
Hard work,
bringing on the doors in the mall.
Hard work,
Get up, let's go to work.
Hard work,
Then here's what we got. We got the 4-inch leaves installed on the front. I finally removed my 2-inch leveling kit. With these shocks, when I was driving it, there was barely any play on the bottom. There was like 2 inches of play, so every time I hit a speed bump or a weird driveway, it was hitting the shocks. So that's why I was kind of in a hurry to replace the leaf springs, because it was kind of not the best idea to drive with so much little play in the shocks. Kind of took a little bit longer to install them than I expected, because I didn't know I was supposed to remove the front bumper and this bracket right here, this one right here, and that one, in order to remove the bolt on the front of the leaf spring, which is kind of a weird design by Ford. I didn't expect that, and obviously that took a bit longer to do. It's not that hard to remove the bumper, but it just took longer thinking about it than actually doing it. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I never actually connected the sway bar, because I don't want to look for bolts, waste my time trying to figure it out, because I know I'm gonna have to buy new longer drop links, these guys right here, because I need to drop the connection maybe 3 inches, maybe 4 inches lower, probably 4 inches down lower on the bottom. On the driver's side, I did connect the sway bar to the link right here, just to see how it would look like, and that just way too close to the sway bar. I got maybe a finger right here, and the truck is sitting on the ground obviously, and I got maybe a finger between the sway bar and the leaf spring, and also there's barely any room by the drive shaft on the front here as well. So I'm gonna have to drop this maybe about to here. So that's about 4 inch drop. So I need to get these 4 inch longer. Rip my hose right here, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one. This is an old hose anyways, but it's okay. I'm gonna have to buy a new one, for one of those. I do have my other pan bar that connects to here, so that will pretty much, after I center the axle, well, this will help me center the axle after I remove the stock one and put it in here. And also the brake line, I'm gonna have to mount it a different spot, because it was mounted right here up higher, and that's gonna be too tight. Might work if I bend the bracket a little bit, but I'm gonna see what I can figure out here with the ABS line and the brake line, so it's gonna be a little bit better, and so there's gonna be more play. Now my truck was always leaning to the driver's side, I believe, and I thought maybe the old springs, leaf springs, I thought maybe one side was weaker than the other. That's how I usually tell. If you put them upside down, see if one is higher than the other one, then you know they're probably getting worn out. But in this case, seems to be pretty level on both sides. I thought maybe when I installed the new leaf spring it's going to be level, but it's not. From the ground, let's say, to the center of the bolt right here, and 31, let's go off of 31. 31 is on the edge of the hole right there. We got 31 in the middle of the hole. So we got 1/2 inch difference. And then I kind of did a measurement off of the rear bumper here. We got 27.5 right there. I picked the same spot as the line of the bed right there. And same spot, we got 28. So another 1/2 inch. It's 1/2 inch higher on the passenger side, front and rear. Also did replace the rear leaf springs, both of them, when I was repairing the rear end. I mean, yeah, there's a gas tank on the driver's side. Maybe that could be part of the reasons, half an inch, I guess, but the gas tank is not full. It's like quarter tank full. Previous owner was about 350 pounds, so but since I replaced all the suspension, I think it should straighten out, right? So, what do you guys think? Why would you think the passenger side higher on the front and on the rear? It doesn't really make sense to me, honestly. New leaf springs on the rear, new leaf springs on the front. And even before I did all this, it was still leaning to the driver's side. The goal is to eventually get 35s, but I'm gonna let the front settle down just a little bit. I might even drive it like that for a little bit so the front is settled down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack up the rear. I'm gonna measure how she sits. Then I'm gonna jack up the rear and then see how much block I should use on the back in order to make her nice and level. I'm gonna take the Prius out of her spot and I'm gonna put this F350 over there, because now the only reason I kind of moved it here is because I wanted to have more room on the sides to replace the leaf springs. But now that I don't need all that room, I can do the bumper there, everything else there, even the rear blocks, I can do that there. But basically I'm gonna move it there right now, get the Prius over here, and then this big girl is not gonna take up all this space. Yes, I'm saving money on the Prius, obviously, which is the best idea that I ever had, to have that as a daily driver. But this thing is just a beast of her own. She's super fun to drive. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move her to this spot right here. And I haven't started this girl in probably, what, like a month maybe? So it's gonna be a nice cold start. And now the cars are organized exactly how I want them. Prius in this spot, F350 in that spot. So that's the perfect spot for me to do all the riffraff upgrades, and because that's gonna require quite a bit of tools, and I don't want to be running back and forth to garage from here to there, from here to there. So this would be a perfect spot next to the garage. And we're gonna start doing the riffraff stuff kind of at the same time as I'm doing the Eleanor. And on the Rescue Eleanor, we got the engine lift from Northern Tools. So we're gonna do a little demo of that, review. We're gonna pull the engine out, pull the transmission out. So that's gonna be coming up shortly. Couldn't finish all of this yet. I still gotta figure out a few more things and order the sway bar links and all that stuff, and finish her up and order the blocks. I'm gonna figure out what blocks I'm gonna get for the rear. So guys, that'll be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, please subscribe for more updates on this big girl and the Eleanor Rescue and the bathroom remodel at the same time. And I'm trying to work 60 hours a week, night shifts at work. So guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.